Hello, everyone. Welcome. Glad to be here. We're going to talk about CITRIX and what's coming in our new versions and how we visualize the future. So, my name is Konstantinos Tambourakis. I'm an account technology strategist in Southeastern Europe. I work for CITRIX around 20 years with the products. So, what we have changed is simplify, optimize, and secure our product. We are talking about your workplace, and we are re-envisioned and secure. So the first big change we've made is in our licensing model. We all know the perpetual licensing we used to have, and VPX is through NetScalers. I will just say we have now CITRIX for private cloud, which includes what we used to know as on-premises licensing. Now includes also Zen Server premium capabilities, so we will talk about it later for our hypervisor. We have standalone SKUs for NetScaler for fixed capacity. And the big change, it's a universal hybrid multi-cloud, CITRIX UHMC. As you can see, there are a lot of products that comes with this licensing. We will talk about it later. And then we have the CITRIX platform, which is not applicable in our territory. It's for big clients with a lot of licenses. So what comes with universal hybrid multi-cloud? We have the traditional, as we knew, CITRIX with app and desktop virtualization. You get the right to have DAS and hybrid rights, so you can have your loads on any cloud you choose. Either we are agnostic on the cloud, Oracle, Azure, Google, whatever you choose. We have app protection, adaptive authentication, endpoint management, the Zen server, and some new acquisitions we had in our product embedded on CVAD. It's called, the number one is Uber Agent, the other one is Device Trust, the third one is Unicorn, and we will talk about it later. And of course, we have integration with Windows 365. Also, we have NetScaler, which with this kind of licensing comes with unlimited NetScaler instances. You can start with 999 instances, and if you need more, you just give us a call and we will increase the number. It gives 1 terabyte throughput capacity for your workloads. As I said, unlimited NetScaler software instances, NetScaler console, and premium app security features such as WAF, API protection, bot mitigation, and much more. So the biggest change we have now, it's our 2507 LTSR. It's our new LTSR. And what we have changed on these releases and the future releases is we get a new annual LTSR cadence. We also have the current releases that are coming, but we have new built-in integrations from current releases and all the new features coming to LTSR every year, from like we had 3 years. So we have new features and capabilities. In this version, we have over 400 new features and enhancements, performance, cost savings, user experience improvements. It's more efficient and scalable as you go through. So what we have improved, it's the user experience. It comes embedded in our code, faster responses, less lag for your sessions. When you install 2507 LTSR, you get immediately 21% reduction in ICA round trip time. And this is something that is from customers. It's real-time scenarios. It's not like we went somewhere and said, okay, give us a number. It's real-time. So you get immediately 21% for the round-trip time, just by installing without changing and without making any policies, the default installation. And we will talk about the policies afterwards. When you install our new release, you don't have to fix something. You don't have to check about HDX. But we will keep talking about it later. So what have we done in improved user experience? You can get with our new version real-time insights for faster troubleshooting. I think we are all aware, like, CITRIX is slow, the network is slow, we are making weeks to find out what was going on. With just looking at logs, we couldn't get what was going on. We have direct and secure connections for lower latency. We introduce HDX direct, which takes the latency very, very slow, down in numbers. And we have some user-controlled display layouts on our workspace as well. So as I said before, enhances your security posture. So CITRIX, it's not just a virtualization platform anymore. We have embedded the security for our systems because we used to have the perimeter security in our products. So now we are introducing embedded features like security for defense, integrated, and contextual controls. We will talk about it, the Uber agent and device trust. So what we need is to protect your identity, your devices, apps, and data. We introduce AES 256 GCM encryption for all sessions by default. We have simplified and more secure passwordless authentication. In our new version, the current release, we introduce the single sign-on, again from Azure. Capture printing and web app activities for compliance. We can have it through Workspace, our latest versions. Substantial capability improvements. By default, when you install on a VDA, you will get 7% lower CPU usage and 17% reduced memory usage. So that gives us more density on our hosts. We used to have, let's say, 100 people on one VDA. Now you can have an extra 20%. This comes by default, but just installing the new agent. You don't have to make no policy at all on Web Studio right now. So you can support more users, you can extend your hardware, refresh cycles, and you can have lower data center costs. So as I said before, we have enhanced the user experience with HD Direct. The usual is we have the client through the gateway. Let's say we have 15 milliseconds, then the gateway back to the VDAs, another 15 milliseconds. You can use our HDX Direct to have 10 milliseconds in the whole process. So we have secure direct connection between the users and the VDAs, improve the user experience through higher session interactivity, fewer network hops and lower latency, and easy configuration via CITRIX policy. Right now, about HDX, we have also improved our HDX protocol. You don't have to make any policies around your network, even if you have double hops or you change some MTUs. HDX can do that automatically. So it's much more improved as you used to know it in the past. We have introduced support for the latest OS and the cloud platforms. Now we support, of course, Windows Server 2025. We have Windows 11, Mac OS, iOS, Linux, Archel, Rocky, Debian, Ubuntu. We have Linux VDAs. We have as well Mac OS VDAs. We have enhanced provisioning across Azure, AWS, Google, Nutanix, VMware, ZenServer. You can choose it. As you know, we are cloud agnostic. We don't care what is your cloud. Today is Azure, tomorrow is Google, the next year will be, I don't know, Oracle. You can choose it. We provide tools so you can have the migration as well, and we're continually improving them. And now let's go to what comes with the new versions and UHMC as licensing. So if you go to UHMC licensing, which is the hybrid multi-cloud, the first thing you can get is that you can get your loads of VDAs on Azure. They can register to traditional, let's say, controllers, delivery controllers. If you stay on CPC, the old model, the on-premises, you cannot have a load on Azure, VDAs, etc. So the first prerequisite will be for your load to go to Azure, even a DR solution, let's say. Just keep it there, and if something happens, we can spin up. You have to have this kind of licensing, the UHMC. But what brings this UHMC? It brings two things, Uber agent and device trust integration. They are installed as you install the VDA agent. They are already there, just waiting for you. For example, for Uber agent, it will be simply to have a Splunk. Let's say if you have a Cisco Splunk, Grafana, Azure Log Analytics, whatever you have. With Splunk, Cisco Splunk, we provide 70 and more dashboards ready for your solution. And I will explain what we mean about Uber agent. So Uber agent is a real-time performance insight. You maybe have used to have the insights in earlier versions. And device trust comes to fulfill a gap with contextual access policies. We had that the first login, okay, we check the machine, does it have an antivirus? Is it full updated? Does it have a new operating system? Whatever we want it. Then the session starts. But what happens next? Next comes device trust. It's a continuous monitoring tool for contextual access. So the time you, let's say you are home and you are working, and you are an integrator or a contractor, and you need to change VPNs. The time you change VPN or the time you change something that is applied to you through policies, the same time the session stops and gives you a warning like, okay, you have changed, this is against the policies. And if you, again, come back to, let's say, Wi-Fi or the network that you were supposed to be, the session comes back. So this is a lot of split tunneling. If you have heard, you can get some viruses. So this comes a continuous search for everything that changes during the session. So we protect the sessions. Those two agents have a very low footprint. And these agents is not only for your VDA. You have unlimited devices. So you don't only have VDAs, you can put it in my laptop, I mean the corporate laptop, so you can have control of the whole session. What was the problem? It was that as a CITRIX, let's say all administrators, we had the complaining about CITRIX session. We couldn't find where it became. It was the endpoint of the user. It was, let's say, his Wi-Fi at home. We didn't know it was an antivirus. It was the same application that we were giving to him through CITRIX, but we didn't know. So Uber agent, of course, all these tools reduce the complexity of managing multiple tools. So you can have, let's say, one monitoring dashboard that drills down the whole session. And what I mean by the whole session, I mean everything from the endpoint view to the VDA as machines to the overall experience. For example, I open a legacy app, which is TCP, or it is a web app. What I can see from the application, if I want to drill down, is that the application is okay, it's running in the session, and suddenly the user complained about slowness in CITRIX. And then I find from Uber agent dashboard, when I go to the monitoring tool, that it was not the network, it was not CITRIX, it was not this department or that department, but it was the same application, its network performance. We drill down up to there. So you can have, let's say you have a help desk. Everybody complains. Oh, I have a slow session, I open a ticket. Whatever comes to us as a second support is that the help desk cannot find the reason. Now we give, on Uber agent, we give a dashboard for the help desk. So when me, Kostas, calls and say, oh, I have a slow session, please check out. The help desk goes to my session, like we used to know, press my name, and drill down the whole session. And then I find that, okay, you have a score, bad score, and you had, let's say, network problem from within the application, not the network itself. So this is what understanding the logon process. You used to have director and monitor. In the latest versions, 2507, if anyone has already installed it, you might have seen on director that when you press the session, you can drill down the whole session, even from where the user connects to, from his home, and he has a latency until the gateway. And you say, you know, everything from gateway and inside, it's good, I don't have latency, but I have latency from the endpoint from where he connects. And you can have the information like he's using Wi-Fi at his home, we know the ISP from the real IP, etc. So you can have a very fast troubleshooting. Then comes the Uber agent as user experience. And we also have an extended security analytics on the same agent. Even if you have a DLP solution at your laptops in corporate with just a small footprint, like 30 megabytes or whatever, you can have also for security analytics, except for the user experience. So what you can get from Uber agent dashboards, you can identify performance on stability issues very early, real-time data to pinpoint the root cause of problems and make informed decisions. So this is the root cause analysis, let's say. You can find it very quickly. Ensure applications run smoothly and reliably. Minimize the risk of costly downtime, negative publicity, and customer churn. So, as I said, we have all these dashboards, and you can go to Uber agent, let's say, user experience dashboard, and have the login process on deep dive. Even we analyze on single sessions, if you are aware, all the Apex packages, the GPOs that are running on the session, the cell, how many seconds it took for the cell to come up, and all of this. As you can see here, I don't know if it looks okay. You can see we have a lot of drill down, and you can find the root cause inside this. So here also another dashboard. I don't know if you are aware of Splunk and if you have it already for networking devices, etc. But this is something that comes already inside the VDA. You just need to have the UHMC licensing in order to be licensed, and the Splunk server or Grafana or whatever you have. But in the other solutions, you have to make the dashboards by yourself. We will provide the API. There are some APIs already made, but the main is Cisco Splunk. So as you can see here, you can identify, this is like a dashboard, everything we have in green, red, and orange. We have identified installed applications. You can do an app inventory, usage, performance, reliability insights, user experience scores. You can have the network performance, as I said before, per app and OS level drill down views. You can have physical and virtual endpoints. It's Windows, Mac OS, CITRIX auto detection. We have a native and enterprise browser, process and tab level performance analysis, and user experience scores. The other acquisition was Device Trust, as I said before. We have the client extension, we have the virtual channel, and we do the contextual, as I said, the whole and the post session. So we do the contextual as the session goes on. And this is very, very important for us to have this, because usually we had the pre-checks, right? Does it have a antivirus? And if the antivirus somehow disabled during the session, or he was an admin and did something, I don't know, if something happens, then the session blocks, disconnects. It's running behind and it's waiting for, let's say if it's the antivirus or the firewall, for the antivirus and the firewall to come back and enable it again, and then you can have the session as you used to have it. As here you can see, we had also the device posture on NetScaler, built-in identity verification, device posture, multi-factor authentication, authorization policies, and then comes enhanced security, real-time, contextual access and rules, zero user interaction in Device Trust. Another acquisition we made, the third one, was Unicode, and comes with Elux and Scout. Elux is, let's say, the operating system behind it. Scout is our management console. So what is this? A lot of customers have old devices that they didn't want to refresh, or now that the Windows 10 are out of support and end of updates. Okay, some companies could provide the extended security support. Some others stayed with Windows 10 as it was. So now CITRIX comes with this acquisition, and we have this Elux operating system which is a write-protected OS, encrypted. It's Debian-based. So if I am a contractor, what I usually had as a problem was that one client had, let's say, Cisco VPN client, the other had Checkpoint VPN client. Yeah, but I had a corporate laptop. I cannot install anything there here. Or maybe I have a client that cannot overlap another version. So for us, it was always a problem. What comes here is that, okay, you are a contractor, let's say for a bank or whatever. I provide you a simple USB stick. You just put it on your laptop. Just boot from it, and comes a Linux write-protected read-only operating system that gives you inside whatever you want. It gives you the CITRIX workspace app, the app protection, the device trust agent, the Uber agent, so I can control your whole session from a USB stick. You've done your job with whatever the client said you need to do, you just log off and everything goes out. You take the USB out, okay, I have my laptop. This is the one way. The other way is you can boot to VDI immediately. You can boot to apps. You can have it as a kiosk mode. Or for, let's say, administrators like me, it was nice to have a USB stick. I have a desktop, Linux desktop, Debian. I can have a browser. I can have RDP clients. It's not only working for Citrix. So you can have it for Azure AVD, you can have it for RDP, Omnisa, whatever the vendor is. So it's not only Citrix. So as you can see here, we have centralized control of unlimited device via Scout. We keep the system optimized with silent updates in the background. Full control of devices, data and digital workspaces, write-protected OS, disk encryption, and TPM2. Especially for banks, this is something like a regulation for them to have. It's proven experience, 30+ years. We have a lot of customers. Some will be announced in the future. So this is part, as I said, of USMC and CPL. So why to choose someone Ilux and Scout with Citrix? As we said, we have seamless Citrix integration. We support virtual labs and desktop, DAS, Citrix Workspace, SEB, SEP. We have a centralized management, the Scout console, so you can provide endpoint control, configurations, and monitoring. Of course, the cost efficiency reduces your infrastructure and hardware costs. You have enhanced security and stability through hardened OS ensures reliability and compliance. As I said, it's encrypted and it's Debian kernel behind. Improved user experience, fast deployment, optimized consistent performance, native-like. Simplified deployment and support one integrated solution from a single vendor and easy rollout. What this gives you as a whole picture is like, I have a lot of products, but under one support. It's very, very nice to have a support for everyone. So as I said here, this is the client OS for any endpoint, any cloud, any scale. I have to do a little bit faster for the NetScaler. We also introduced Citrix Secure Access with Chrome Enterprise Premium. We have an agreement with Google, so you can have what we give you with HMC Secure Private Access to your internal TCP UDP apps, policy management, AD key logging, seamless ecosystem integration. The key logging comes to the hit I do on the keyboard. It's encrypted through the BIOS inside. Chrome Enterprise Premium comes with DLP, URL filtering, threat protection, auditing, rapid zero-day response. And what comes with this is the ZTNA solution we provide, of course. Partner access, contractor access, bring your own device access, seamless user experience. I'm a contractor, I'm in India, I'm a developer, I'm everywhere in the world. I just log into a URL, they get my credential, who are you? I'm Kostas, okay. And suddenly in Google Chrome, you get a profile. This profile is secured by all ways, so you can get in my systems, to the client systems, securely from your home laptop or your home PC. Maybe you have Chrome with 3,000 extensions, I don't know. And you don't want to mix everything inside, take another Chrome or I have to disable these extensions. We don't care. You have your Chrome. The time you log into our site, we change and create a profile secure. We even secure the cache. Everything is encrypted, and provide through Chrome a RDP connection, not the native of Windows. It's a client from Google, and SSH connections for admins that need access to Linux systems or whatever. Also, we give the TCP and UTP access, the native client. So that was the missing piece, and we got these solutions for you. You have the URL, as you can see, enhanced web filtering, and it's our ZTNA solution. Reduce browser risks. What are the use cases? Cost optimization, VPN modernization. So this is how you use the most efficient platform that you think you can use, you know, what you want. And I will go a little bit fast. I will talk about our new Zen server. We have released a public review of Zen Server 9.0. It's in a tech preview right now. It comes with Zen Server licensing. It's enterprise. It's included in CPC, also in UHMC and CPL. And also there is a separate SKU that you can buy it per socket. In these above licenses, you can have up to 10,000 cores. So what gives Zen Server its maximum is 6 terabyte, 512 CPUs per host. The VMs, as you can see, 64 vCPUs, 1.5 terabyte of RAM, 16 terabyte of RAM. GPU, virtual GPUs per VM, 8, 1 pass-through GPU, 2,400 VMs per pool, 64 hosts, 800 VLANs, and much more are coming, NUMA, etc. We have supported backup solutions at this moment. Commvault, HYCU, Vim are on the way on beta support, and we are bringing this to our Zen server. We are bringing this, and now Zen Server disaster recovery, especially we have heard about DORA and all these regulations. Especially in Southeastern, we are changing banks to have the DORA, and we have immediate disaster recovery because we need to be up in 5 minutes, if I recall. Workload balancing, thresholds, as you can see, increased performance monitoring, power management, all comes with the new version. So, mulțumesc frumos from me. Thank you. It was a bit fast. I had to. And now, Alper Sojak, our NetScaler expert. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello. Hi. First of all, thank you for being with us at this hour of day, end of day almost. I'm Alper Sojak. I've been working in CITRIX since 2016 as Networking and Security Business Development Manager. I would like to briefly mention about what's going on with NetScaler. I hope you deal with some load balancers, web application firewalls, networking and security world too. First, I would like to start with the new stuff. You know, all organizations, corporates now priorities on some new areas like AI. I bet you heard today in other sessions as well. All organizations now are asking us what's going on about AI, around AI, what we are doing, how can they use NetScaler together with their LLM deployments, either internal LLMs or external LLMs. And cost, of course, nowadays the most popular part, as usual. And data center, either on-prem or off and cloud deployments, and security, of course, they are the priorities. Key takeaway here, we can talk cost reduction, our priority. This is how we are serving to customers with the new technologies, new AI vision and integration. NetScaler, is as a ADC, Application Delivery Controller. It's quite old product in the market, but of course now still presenting news with innovations to catch the market facts, market expectations, and it will continue so. Netscaler basically is a software, but works on a lot of different form factors, either on our own hardware appliances or your hardware, bare metal, or your cloud environment, or your hypervisors, whatever it is. So it is quite agnostic in terms of platform, but we have different type of deployment models. We can either deploy Netscaler on high availability, GSLB among multiple data center environments, especially public sector, banks, because of the regulations, they need to deploy with, their application in multiple data centers. Yeah, and Kubernetes, modernized environment, modernized softwares, they need to use some ingress controllers and OpenShift modern applications, yeah. And of course, we need to control, we need to manage, we need to be able to see what's going on with your load balancing and other environment, and hundreds of features. Because it's a layer 7 device, we need to understand application, we need to understand networking, we need to understand security. And Netscaler provides such details to you. And also, together with new AI approach, expectations on security part of AI, expectations on API management and API security, expectations on automation, like Terraform integration, Grafana integration, Prometheus integration. Yeah, we still have hardware, we still provide big muscle guys for different type of needs, because if it is a bank, it's mandatory to use high SSL capabilities. That's why we still introduced, and we recently, actually, last month in April, we introduced 17,000 series. We introduced 9200s in February. It's up to 350 gigabits layer 7 capacity. It's huge. Of course, we provide Netscaler software together with it, but with big flexibility. I will come back to that. All hardware, all Netscaler appliances come with lifetime warranty. This is the unique approach in the market, in the load balancing market. No other vendor today provides such approach to customers. Because it's a software, we don't want to make our customers keep investing on hardware because it's end of life or renewal, RMA. No, it comes with lifetime RMA. And all hardware comes with different CPU cores or different aspects. Netscaler is everywhere. We use Netscaler for different purposes in public sectors, private sector, enterprise, e-coms. Today, there are some statistics that 70% of the world internet traffic goes through a Netscaler. We exist in all big cloud providers, you name it. All big betting companies prefers to use Netscaler because of the load balancing feature richness. Because of regulations, PCI DSS regulation, all payment companies using Netscaler. And Netscaler now part of UHMC, Universal Hybrid Multi-Cloud, what Kostas mentioned a few minutes ago. And it comes with 1 terabit of layer 7 capacity, and this is flexible license management model. In the past, we were doing similar what our competitors does. We used to sell Netscalers together with perpetual capacity, okay, 10 gigabit device, 20 gigabit device, limited number of instances, either multi-tenant or single-tenant, depends on topology of your customer. Now, we are moving this structure or licensing strategy to beyond. Now, with HMC, it comes with 1 terabit of capacity and flexible. Now, as system admins or operation managers, you are able to distribute this 1 terabit capacity to multiple data centers, either on cloud, either on virtual hypervisor, or appliance from CITRIX Netscaler. So you can increase your capacity or decrease. It's up to your program, your business needs. If there's a new campaign, for example, new, let's say, e-com campaign, if you need more SSL, more throughput capacity, then you can increase your device capacity up to 350 gigabits, for example. And you can decrease them if your campaign is over, then you can reuse this capacity in other places. Or if you need some more redundancy, if you want to split your traffic based on geolocation, you can build several data centers plus 1 cloud. So there are a lot of customers around the world now using this UHMC and distributing their capacity among these data centers. And unlimited instance, as my colleague mentioned. So we don't really bother our customers now with the throughput. Hey, what is the cost of additional 1 gigabit capacity? No, this is not the way. We want to work longer term with you. So number of instances doesn't matter. Number of features, it all comes with premium edition. So we have nothing else to sell you. All WAF features, DNS, GSLB, SSL VPN, everything is now enabled for you. What you need to do is just assign 1 capacity, for example, 10 gigabit to 1 instance, create 1 instance on your cloud, assign 10 gigabit capacity with premium. If you like, you can enable WAF, you can enable SSL VPN, all included. Yeah, it's experience from market. As mentioned, we have experience from different sectors, different verticals, different countries and locations, geolocations. So with UHMC strategy, with flexibility, we help you for your longer term visions. If you are modernizing your applications from legacy systems to modern, we are there. Now you can use your Netscaler either on-prem with your legacy system or together with your modern application on cloud with containerized environment, for example. Security is still key. We know, we are aware, and that's why we keep our all security features, not only WAF, together with API security, plus AI gateway, MCP proxy, because we know that if you expose your queries to third-party LLMs like, let's say, ChatGPT with corporate level, but you still need to control your data because your user will question ChatGPT your own data. So there is a token mechanism needed. We introduced already this MCP proxy in our current vision. And of course, post-quantum cryptography, it's important. We know quantum chipsets are coming. It's not only good guys going to buy these quantum chipsets. Huh? So we now know that some HNDL approach, harvest now, decrypt later. Some people may be in your system already, but they will decrypt in 3 years. If they buy, for example, if they get quantum chipsets. So you need such mechanism in your environment. Automation, again, it's really key. Nobody really wants to deal with every single network element in environment. Huh? Routing, switching, firewall, no. Everybody wants to consolidate through like Terraform environment, Ansible. So, and of course, together with this, everybody wants to keep their device with high performance, with low CPU, and Netscaler is still there. Yeah, this is a journey. Again, we want our customers to be enabled with their existing investments, either on legacy system, or maybe they are in the middle of, you are in the middle of your development. Maybe next year you will move everything to your cloud or modern applications, then there will be NetScaler still to be used with your environment. Security, we are there. We are, again, with flexible license management, we allow all our customers to be ready for any changes, any expected or unexpected changes. So that's my part. If you have any questions, please raise it. Thank you for listening, and thank you for, again, being with us at this hour of day.